Hey guys, it's ExandShadow, and welcome back to Let's Play Paper Mario: The 1,000-Year Door. Last part, not a lot happened, to be honest. But however, in this part, we're making our way back to the 1,000-Year Door so that we can find out where the next crystal shard is hidden. You know what I mean. Thankfully, the backtracking back to the door isn't too bad this time because, well, the thing's right here. However, Flurry can open up this little passage right here. There's a few of these hidden about, so you'll be using Flurry a bit in areas that you've already been to find stuff like that. But right there is a Happy Heart P badge, so it's just like the Happy Heart badge, only it'll work on all your partners instead of Mario. When it comes to some of the riskier badges, like Last Stand and stuff like that, you're better off using it for your partners because, you know, if you're trying a risky maneuver, you know, you're better off with using it on your partners who don't cause the game to end if they die. You know what I mean? So anyway, yes, let's hold up that crystal star and see where the map is going to head and take us next. I can't talk. I've noticed that. I tend to stutter and say the same thing over and over again, and yet I can continue to insist upon doing stuff like this. It's very, very odd. Also, I apologize for any background noise. You know, living in a dorm, it's gonna happen, so I apologize. Anyway, screen fade to white. Let's see what we've got. Let's see. It's in the sky. Yeah, it's in the sky. I should make a pop culture reference right now, but I don't know which one to make, so I guess I'm not going to. Anyway, yeah, the location of a crystal star has been recorded on our magical map. Oh, mercy me, the next crystal star has made an entrance, my. But, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it up in the sky? What does that mean? Indeed, Mario. Indeed. Okay, let's see what Frankly has to say about it. That means that beneath the town, the 1,000-year-old ruins remain intact. And that door's been sealed shut for 1,000 years by the crystal stars. In order to open that seal, we must muster the power of all the crystal stars. Perhaps I'm just daft, but why would they want to seal this treasure away at all? No, that's not... That's not what? I don't know! Frankly, please. I'm sorry. So sorry. I know that the treasure sealed away around the time the town was destroyed, but the problem is, no one's even sure what it was that caused the town's demise. All that's written is this: darkness stole the sky and the cataclysm rained down. I must research this more, assuming we'll make a... well, you know the saying. Ah, come on, Nintendo. You were this close to being able to swear in your game. This close. So anyway, Frankly here is saying that it looks like the crystal star is going to be in the floating town of Glitzville. Sorry, Glitzville. However, yeah, we can't really fly there, can we? So, in order to get there, we need to travel by blimp. Last time I checked, we're not in a steampunk setting, but whatever. So, we're going to need to find out how to get a ticket, but we have to find Don Pianta in order to get one. So, yeah, in order to get Don Pianta, we're going to need to do a few other things. So this is sort of like a little mini section in between chapters. But yeah, he's a mob boss, so yeah. Anyway, if you talk to the people around town, they'll tell you that in order to get an audience with Don Pianta, we're going to need to talk to the Robo tribe, who are hidden on the east side of Rogueport. So, if you just use your paper ability down here, you're going to be able to find them, no problem. It's not really that hard to find them. Oh, and there's a star piece in right there, but this is where the Robos are hidden, so just go in here and talk to him. What, you want something, Chuck? This is the fortress of the Robo-Thieves. You lost? What business brings a chump like you to a place like this? Say it ain't vacation. What's that? You want to meet that lying, cheat, and steal a no-good jerky for brains Don Pianta? Real thieves like us end up poor as dirt, never catching a break because that guy. Did you come here all knowing that? And you know that scumbag demands protection money from us too, yeah? You know all that and you still want us to tell you how to get you can meet that crumb? Fine, Mr. Insensitive Jerk, but it'll cost you 64 coins, and no budget on the price. Not a single coin. Inside info is pricey, then's the breaks. You'll pay? Really? Again, I think there's a way to get the information without, having to pay, Ishmael here, but, if there isn't, but I don't remember the, way to get the information without doing that, so, if somebody could let me know, please comment and tell me. However, if you remember the order that he tells you here, you can skip this section and just go straight to Dom Pianta. So what you need to do is buy a dried shroom, then a dizzy dial, then answer yellow, I think is your favorite color. I could be wrong. So yeah, now we have to go backtrack to the west side. Thankfully, nothing is impeding our progress at all, and we can just head on our merry way over to the west side to talk to the mob boss. I'm suddenly less enthusiastic. So anyway, yeah, let's go. Oh, but wait, look over here. I'm a Luigi, #1. Well, I went to Rumplebump Volcano and got myself a marvelous compass piece. It was an incredible quest. There was danger and all sorts of adventuring, but it was pretty nutso, bro. You want to hear what happened? It's a pretty long story. Hey, sounds good to me. Which part of my story you want to hear, bro? So let's find out what Luigi was up to. As soon as my ship docked at the Pudding Continent, I set out for the volcano. To reach my destination, I spent several days fording through dense jungle. Scary beasts were all over. More than once I thought I was done for. I may have screamed a bit. To scare them off, you know. But as fate would have it, a blooper named Bluey heard me shrieking and found me in this one town. Bluey was on a journey of his own, but he joined me after hearing my tale. Now, Bluey is a madman. Back in his hometown, they call him the White Torpedo. Anyway, he helped me fight the Rumplebump Volcano. The place was all about bubbling lava pools. And the place was lousy with evil traps designed to protect the compass piece. The scariest one of all was a gigantic 100-foot statue. Now the weakness was a red gem on its forehead, and I can jump high, but not enough to reach this thing by a long jump. So I came up with this plan for Bluey to hit it in the weak spot. I waited for a pause in the statue's movement and hucked Bluey's up there. Bullseye! The White Torpedo saved the day. It was a critical hit and super effective too. 4 times damage, bro. Yeah, I'm going the text is a little bit too fast, but you can pause and read it if you want to. I like Luigi's stories, honestly. You know, first off, again, it helps make the world seem a little bit bigger than it is. Second off, they're funny. And third off, you know, it's nice seeing Luigi around as opposed to Paper Mario 1 where he just kind of did nothing. However, you can also talk to Luigi's partners, too, and see, get a little, another side to the story of whenever Luigi says. Like, in this case, you know, this is Bluey that he was talking about, and, you know, Luigi didn't exactly hit the first time. So, yeah, I am going to be showing off all of Luigi's stories just because I enjoy them so much, but, yeah, that's what happens to Luigi. Anyway, oh, yeah, we can't get past, can we? We need to get the chef is blocking our way. However, by this point, there should be a contact lens in. So, you just buy the contact lens. There you go. If you don't have enough coins, you should be able to sell an item. You know, it shouldn't be a problem getting the money in order to get that. But I guess if you buy enough stuff, you might be able to. Anyway, now that we gave the contact lens to I forget her name. I know the toad who cooks stuff for you in the first game is Tasty. But if you give her the contact lens, now you can go into her house and start cooking stuff. If you give her items, certain items, she'll be able to cook them into different items. Like, for example, if you give her a mushroom of any kind, she'll make a fried shroom. Which, you know, is helpful, especially because you can do a bunch of get-rich-quick stuff like that. And all sorts of stuff. It's helpful, but I don't usually use it until late in the game when we find a way to sort of enhance that a little bit. Anyway, yeah, you're also going to need money for this too, buying the dried shroom and the dizzy dial. However, it's just, you can do other things with the shopkeeper after, in between buying the dried shroom and the dizzy dial. So it's not like you have to... Those are the only 2 actions you can do. So it's as long as you buy the dried shroom, then you buy the dizzy dial. It doesn't matter what you do in between as long as you don't buy another item. So anyway, what color is my mustache? Well, black, obviously. Let's try this again. Ahem. Okay, mister, what's your favorite color? Yellow. So yeah, again, you don't have to talk to Ishmael of the Robo-Thieves in order to gain access to Don Pianta's room. You just need to do this little thing. So yeah, that's how you get to see Don Pianta. You're gonna need to do this, by the way. There's no other way to get to Glitzville. I've tried. So anyway, yeah, let's go see what he's like. Oh, he's got his own theme music. Huh. What's with you, wise guy? I ain't no Charlie today. You got a beef? Spit it out quick or this is gonna hurt. Excuse me? You wanna give you a ticket for the blimp? See, now to me, that's funny. You stand-up comedian? No? You ought to be. You got some nerve asking me for that. I'm Don Pianta. I make crying babies weep. You want I should run this bum out on a rail, boss? Look at him. What a rube. You must like pain, funny guy. You just looking for trouble or what? Not so fast, boys. I like this kid's gumption. He just came to talk, no? That ain't a crime. So he talked. You boys can wait till we're done with him before you rough him up, okay? So I gotta assume you got a reason for wanting a ticket to the blimp. Out with it. What's that? You wanna help some bride who got herself kidnapped? Ain't to rescue this dame you out correcting crystal stars? Crystal stars? Hey boss, ain't those things in that legend about that ancient treasure? Vinny, you such a dope. Hey boss, this knucklehead believes in fairy tales. Fairy tale nothing. That treasure's real. Everybody just shut it. I don't care if the treasure's real or not. Get me? But I tell you, I can't help it like a guy who rescues some skirt he fell for. I made my decision. You do me a little favor and I get you your blip ticket. Wait, what's the favor? It's easy. Nothing. Less than nothing. See, the thing is, my own daughter eloped with one of my young associates. They vanished, but it wasn't too long ago that they did. They ought to still be nearby. You gotta find my Francisca and this Frankie and bring them both here. If you're unable to bring them, then all you gotta do is tell me where they are. Then I shall settle this matter quickly and with what is known as extreme prejudice. Boss! We don't know nothing about this guy. You can't rely on some goofball for this job. Yeah, boss, Vinny's right. Leave it to us to find Francisca. Quiet, you! It's 'cause you lugs can't find it that I gotta swallow my pride and ask this guy. And I hope you don't ain't making complaints about my decision. No, boss. Whatever you say goes, boss. I didn't know what I was thinking, boss. It won't happen again, boss. You're the boss, boss. Good. I'm glad we're all full of understanding for one another. So it's settled, yeah? Find my daughter and her friend. Then come see me. Francisca and Frankie look like this. And just so we're clear here, if you don't find my daughter, your luck may turn terrible. Huh. Interesting fellows, those guys. So anyway, another thing that I forgot to mention is that depending on what partner you have out at the moment, like for example, I've got Goombella out right now, the dialogue will change slightly from playthrough to playthrough. Like Goombella says some things, says something different than Koops will, and Koops says something different than Flurry, etc., etc. So you know, that's something to experiment every time you replay the game. Is what do they say? What do the different characters say whenever you take them out? But however, it's not really too big of a deal. I haven't seen every line of dialogue that they say because I'm not that obsessive. But some characters are funnier than others. So anyway, yeah, here's Francisca and Frankie. What? Daddy asked you to find us and take us to him? Frankie, what should we do if Daddy finds us now? Oh, I don't know, and the boat's coming any minute. Dollface, maybe we ought to head back and try to talk to the boss one more time. No, Frankie, don't say that. Don't you know what he'll do if you say that? Frankie, baby doll, we can't just talk calm like to the boss. He'll understand. Oh, Frankie, my Frankie, don't you love me? Of course I love you, Sugar Cookie, more than anyone in the whole world. Then let's go, Frankie. Let's run to the end of the earth if we have to. But Butter Biscuit, they already found us out. We can't keep running forever. We can, Frankie. The more you try to put out our flames of love, the hotter they burn. Until I marry you, no one will extinguish these flames of passion. Don't you see, mister? I beg you, pretend you never saw us. Can you do that? Of course. These romance stories just get me all choked up. No, they don't. No, let's go. Nah, I don't like to make them feel bad, but let's turn them in anyway, I find that funny. Get their hopes up and then crush them into tiny little pieces. That's hilarious. However, it doesn't matter what choice you make. You gotta talk to Don Pianta anyway if you want to move the storyline along in any specific way. So, yeah, you're gonna need to do that. Anyway, let's take a break from the action for a little moment and head back down to the Rogueport sewers. Yes. Now that we have enough star pieces, we can finally get the quick change badge. Yeah, I've been waiting to get this for pretty much the whole game. It makes the game a lot more fun and a lot easier, too. The thing is that if you can change your partners on the fly, your strategy increases exponentially. You can swap out, even after you do an attack, too, you can change. Like, for example, let's say that I have Goombella do an attack, and she's the first person out, so, you know, she does her attack. Then it's Mario's turn. I can switch Goombella to Koops, even though she doesn't have an action, you can switch your tanks in and out pretty much at will, which makes the game a lot more interesting. The only downside is the badge point cost. 7 badge points. That's kind of ridiculous. In Paper Mario 1, it was 4, which, you know, is reasonable. It's a reasonably powerful badge, you know. So, you know, for more than one full level of badge points, you know, that's a reasonable amount of, I'd say, for that sort of thing. In this game, it's 7. You need to, if you're going the way I am with a balanced stat progression, you need to be at least level 9 at this point in order to use the quick change badge. So, you know, that's one thing, the one thing about the quick change badge. The cost is ridiculous. Anyway, another thing that you might notice is that hidden around in the world are little tiles like that if you do the spin jump. I forgot to mention this when we got it, but I tend to forget that it's there, honestly, because they don't make as much attention to it as they do in Paper Mario 1. There are hidden panels lying about, but I don't know where really any of them are. I found that one by accident, actually, so you're on your own if you want to find those ones. So, Gabe, what you got? You know the whereabouts of those 2 runaways? Sure do. Oh, that is a true fact? Rookport Harbor, eh? Well done. I appreciate this favor you done for me. I'll prepare your blimp tickets. Hey, you 2 Nimrods. The kids are back at the harbor. Now go get them. Daddy, wait! Francisca! Boss, forgive me, boss. I'm sorry. I truly am. Frankie, so, you come back with your head hung low and your tail between your legs. No, Daddy, don't hurt him. I'm the one who said we should elope. It was me. But Frankie said no. He said we should come back and talk to you, Daddy. Boss, listen, I don't care what you do to me. I deserve it for being disloyal. But you gotta forgive her. Forgive your daughter, boss. That's all I ask. No, Daddy. No. I'm the bad one. It's my fault. If you're gonna punish anyone, punish me. No, boss. It's all on me. It's my responsibility. All the blame right here. Daddy! Boss! Yeah! Enough. Quiet, both of you. Francisca, my headstrong daughter, you used up your last favor long ago. And you, Frankie, you are like a son to me. This is how you repay your debt to Don Bianta? I feel such disappointment too, it's like a poison strung in my gut. Boss! I don't ever want to see your mugs again, you hear me? Get out of my sight, both of you. I don't care where, just go. That's what you expected me to say, huh? Well, that's what I'm saying. Go, do what you want, even if it means getting married. Oh, Daddy! Dad! No, wait, I mean, Boss! Thank you so much, Daddy. Thanks for your blessing. Boss, I'll make your daughter a happy woman. I promise you, she'll want for nothing. Enough already. Just go. Francisca, seeing you this happy makes me happy too. Congrats, both of you, sir. Frankie, this is great. I ain't quite what I promised, but hey, things turned out okay, am I right? Goodbye, Daddy. Farewell. And thank you. You still here? Well, you found my daughter and got her to come back here. And I just look at how things turn out. What a complete and utter soap opera. But hey, deal's a deal. You can have your blimp ticket, like I said. Finally. I guess we just made an offer, puts on sunglasses, that he couldn't refuse. Yeah? No. So anyway, yes, now that we have the blimp tickets, we can finally make it back to Glitzville. Or, make it to Glitzville. We haven't really ever been there, so we can't ever go back to someplace we haven't been. Anyway, in order to get to Glitzville, it's really not that, hard. What you need to do is, you just go up here. Another email, right when I was getting blocked by a poll, too. Awesome. Anyway, let's see who it's from. Oh, it's from Koopley, or Koops' dad. So yeah, he's just talking about what he's doing in Petalburg now. But anyway, yeah, if you want to get to Glitzville, all you have to do is head up on the west side of Rogueport. If you head up, then if you'll see a train and the blimp in the background. Go to the right to the blimp. As you can see right about here, there's a Cheep Cheep. This blimp goes to Glitzville. Will you be joining us on our flight today? Ah, please allow me to check your boarding pass. Then please watch your step as you step aboard. Please keep all hands, arms, feet, and whatever Goombas use to pick stuff up inside the vehicle at all times. So yeah, that's about it for this part. Next part, we're going to be exploring the flying city known as Glitzville. I'm ExandShadow, and I'll see you guys later.